Starting again, round 2 for this lion birthday party. Sorry, you all. It seems we dropped reception on our first part of this live, but we are back.
Part 2.
Part 2.
We won't let it keep us down, Taras.
No,
Today's
we won't.
Big day. A big day indeed. Big in the two senses. Big in the sense of it's just a momentous occasion. 1 year of living wild at heart, and also they're just getting big.
They are getting big.
Look how big they are.
I know.
Taras is getting big. Prada is getting big.
It's a milestone in many aspects.
Exactly. Everybody's getting so big. Big, 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 big.
Big toys, big ice cubes, big lions.
Big mane, Taras. You got a big mane.
Taras is here in the back playing with a watermelon. Prada's up front here playing with an ice cube. And the other two sisters are out in the corner romping around. Hello, good to see that you all can now hear me, that we're back strong, back for this lion bash. Lion birthday bash. It looks like Taras has now found a tree, which is equally as fun to all the toys here in his habitat. This habitat is an acre. It's a very big habitat with lots of trees and natural things to enjoy. Platforms, toys, and each other, of course. These four, love to play with each other. And that's the beauty of them all living in a pride. I'll go ahead and reintroduce this momentous occasion. We're the Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone, Minnesota, and this is a first birthday for our Lion Pride, Ukraine Lion Pride. Taras, Stefania, and Lesya are turning 1. We're celebrating their first birthday here today on World Lion Day. It's very fitting that we would celebrate their birthday on World Lion Day, since they are in fact lions. And these 4 have traveled the world, truly. They came from Ukraine. And after many months of getting everything arranged, they came here in December to the Wildcat Sanctuary, where they will live the rest of their life living wild at heart. As you can see, they might be turning 1, but they still have lots of maturing to do because they are just as playful as ever. Just like young cats and dogs, which I'm sure many of our followers are familiar with since you're all animal lovers. These 4 have endless energy, but it is lion size, and this goes to show you why no contact is best for these 4, why these 4 would have never made great pets, which is what they were unfortunately destined for. They are just great at being lions, wild and free, crazy kids. Lots of flopping and rolling around, using their claws and teeth, and they like to use them on each other. But they aren't fighting. You can see loose body language, and just like any young animal, they like to romp around and have fun. Crazy, crazy. We have frozen watermelons here today, ice cubes, lots of toys, of course. We have Prada right here, Lesya next to her. And these watermelons are frozen, and you'll see that they start to get scratched up pretty quickly. These lions may not be adult, but they are very, very strong. And fast, says Taras. You're crazy, lion zoomies. He's going between watermelons right now. Lots of options, of course. These 2 are sharing. But we have a watermelon for everyone and an ice cube plus 1 for everyone. Hello, hello. Marcy says, 4 wild and crazy lions. You bet. The craziest.
Wild and crazy.
Faith says, aw, there's my beautiful, fuzzy, confident birthday boy. Love you, Taras. He is all of those things, fuzzy and confident, and the birthday boy.
Exactly. Speaking of Taras, stay right there, Olivia. I'll be right back.
All right. I'm getting into the comments here. Brianna says, so happy to see the Pride celebrate 1 year. They have grown wonderfully. This is really such a beautiful milestone. It's all fun, but if you think back on where the Cubs came from and how far they've come, it's so wonderful to see them here at a year, with hopefully many more years to go here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and all together as a pride. But like we were saying, Taras is the one male of this pride. He is brothers to Stefania and Lesya, And if you've seen, we do have our last auction of 2023 going on right now with some very special items specific to some very special cats, and Taras is one of them. So I'm going to let Judson explain. I'm going to turn the camera here for a moment. He's going to explain one of the special things we have up to bid on.
Exactly. This may look like a blank canvas, and it's exactly that, because soon it will be adorned with a Dr. Kushner handprint. We know Dr. Kushner played an integral role in getting the Ukraine lion cubs to sanctuary here at TWS, as well as Mr. Taras, the one male of the group. So if you can imagine, there's going to be a handprint here from Dr. Kushner. Taras, who's going to be getting spayed here in a couple, or not spayed, vasectomized, Mr.
Yes.
Taras. He's going to be getting vasectomized, and we will be able to layer his paw print on top of Dr. Andrews' handprint. So human handprint, lion paw print. And this is up for auction. We kind of did a little bit of a mock-up so you could imagine what it's going to look like. But I just wanted to drive it home and say that it's going to be a human handprint and then a lion paw print.
And in the colors of the Ukraine flag.
Exactly. So something very, very special among many very special auction items, but glad that we got to highlight that one today.
Yes, that will be a very unique auction item and a very unique piece of artwork. Oh, crazy! We're back to it. Back to the romping and playing. I have a question here. Kendra asked, earlier you were saying that the cubs would finish maturing, but it got cut off. Let me finish my statement there. So the cubs will finish maturing physically and mentally. They're only a year right now. They have about a year or two more to go, probably around 2 or 3. They'll be physically mature, maybe mentally mature, although there's no telling. Young lions will be rambunctious like this for many years, but they will probably double in size, maybe even a little bit more than that. They're around 100 pounds right now, if I had to guess. So these 4 have a long way to go. But if you look at pictures of them from when they first got here, they've come a long way too. I mean, it's really incredible to think about the progress they've made in all aspects, and that they're now here living as a pride, all 4. Lots of grumbling over there. I'm not sure if the mic can pick it up, but they're being crazy. They're chatting to each other. And these 4 are always together, always attached at the hip. Prada is a surrogate sibling to these 3, but she has very nicely incorporated into the group, and they accept her definitely as one of their own. And this is definitely her up front because she's rolling around. It's the patented Prada roll. And then one of the interns also pointed out, which I thought was cute. Media intern Trinity said, "Oh wow, the lions are Leos. They are born, their zodiac sign is a Leo," which I thought was so funny and fitting because it's 4 little lions. So I thought that was cute too. World Lion Day with the Leos, first birthday. Liz Green says, "Happy birthday, babies. You're all so loved." That they are. Gloria says, "Happy Lions Day to all the beautiful lions." Deborah says, "Absolutely incredible story and wonderful outcome for these 4 lions." It's so true. Their life could have looked drastically different from what it is now. And we're thankful for all of your support because it's you who makes this possible. Not just for them, but all 130 plus of our other residents too. But, like many of you know, the story with these 4 is that they are destined for the black market, destined for private ownership, perhaps pets in Ukraine. And that really plays into the story of the captive wildlife crisis. World Lion Day specifically is meant to bring awareness to lion conservation, lions in the wild. And a lot of people don't realize how the captive wildlife crisis kind of ties into lion conservation in the wild, and why captive lions are very closely tied to their wild cousins. With the captive wildlife crisis, you have lots of lions in captivity on the private market, and ultimately it can harm lions in the wild. This is because the breeding of these lions does not benefit conservation whatsoever. The genetics of these lions, as well as many of our cats here at the sanctuary, are likely inbred. People breeding them are not focusing on conservation. They aren't focusing on their genetics. They're focusing on making a profit. So these little ones would have never made it to the wild, regardless of their age, regardless of anything. They were always destined for a life in captivity. This, honestly, is their best case scenario. It would have been a lot worse for them, likely, if they had not come here. And so, captive lions cannot benefit their wild cousins. Also, for as long as animals are in sanctuary, that is, in a way, kind of taking away from the resources to help lion conservation in the wild. As long as there's a captive wildlife crisis, it's adding to the lion conservation crisis in the wild. So those are things to consider on World Lion Day as we're thinking about captive lions and their cousins in the wild. We want to advocate and help lions all across the world in all different situations. And you're helping these lions here, who will likely live 20 plus years here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And they are just 4 of 11 lions here. And now they're all kind of settling down for a nice ice cube snack. One for everyone. We're missing one, but if I had to guess, we'll probably see the other pretty soon. They all like to join in together, and it looks like Taras is still batting around that watermelon. I wonder if he'll notice what his sisters are up to, but this is all 3 girls right here. Back to the comments. Ellen says, love the big ice cubes. I know. These are actually made out of cat litter boxes. Tidy Cats. If you have cats at home, then you're probably familiar with what those bins look like, the litter bins. That's what these are made out of. Lion-size ice cubes. Kathy says they are very lucky birthday babies. All because of you. All because of you all. Faith says that she cannot wait to hear their lovely lion songs. It is true that these 4 have not started doing that patented lion carol that so many of our lions do. Leo and Monza are usually the ones to start the caroling here at the sanctuary. We have not heard any reports of these 4 starting, but I'm sure it'll be sooner rather than later since they are at a year old now. But that's all part of maturing for lions. Just like Taras is growing his mane, just like the girls are getting bigger, they will also start to grow into those big lion voices. And of course, we will be sure to let you all know as soon as it happens. But we're very excited. I think all of us definitely can't wait for that to happen and hear what that might sound like. Crazy, crazy. They are just zipping around. They seem to never run out of energy. Although this morning I did come out here and they were all lounging in the sun. I know, hard to believe, but they were actually still this morning. But it's always fun to see them take advantage of that enrichment. And there we go. Settling down, Prada. Will it last? I don't know. It seems like this has been a successful birthday party for the lions. If you don't already, you should check out our sponsorship page. If you love these lions, if you want to help the cats in a unique way, you can help by sponsoring one of our cats. If you go to wildcatsanctuary.org, there's a sponsor button. That's a great way to help these little ones directly or any of our other residents. Another great way is that auction that we have going on right now. That's a unique way to support the cats because you get something out of it too. Definitely worth checking it out and seeing if you want to put a bid on anything. Or, of course, liking, sharing this post, following us on all of our social media platforms does a lot for the cats too. Miss Prada, are you going to do a roll? Of course. Of course. You're so beautiful. Are you going to pounce? Yep. I could have guessed that, you silly girl. Prada, are you having fun at your sibling's birthday party? You've already turned 1. She's like, this party's for me too. You bet, Prada. It is World Lion Day after all. We'll call it a World Lion Day party and a first birthday party. Patricia said, I have a tidy cat litter bin, but definitely not the freezer space to make the cube. Yes, so thankfully we have that big freezer here on site where all of our meat is stored, and also where those tidy cat cubes can be made. That freezer is good for many, many things. And again, another thing that you all have supported here at the sanctuary. And it looks like somebody has put a link to our sponsorship page in in the comments. Thank you. Maria says, perfect day to celebrate their first birthday. It's a perfect day because it's World Lion Day, but it's also a nice cool day here at the sanctuary. It was a pretty hot week last week, but we are starting to feel it cool down, start to touch those fall temperatures. And so it makes for a good party day in that way too. No hot lions. Let me keep reading here. Karen said they were resting up this morning for the party. Perhaps. Maybe they knew. They have that endless energy though. It's good that they charged up. Huh, Ross? You can see his mane there starting to grow in on his neck. He's getting the fuzzy ears. He's getting a little bit of a mohawk. And it's neat to see all the girls kind of congregating in the back there with Taras independent over here. That is often how lion prides in the wild work too. The males are, of course, an integral part of the pride, but are often off doing their own independent thing, while the females kind of take care of business. The females are the ones that typically hunt in the wild in the pride, and the males are off doing their own thing. So it's neat to kind of see that developing. I'm curious to see if that continues as they age. That sort of dynamic with the three little girls and Taras. Hi, Stefania. Pretty girl, you panting? You tired? You had a big day? Taras is, let's go see what he's up to. Big guy. Playing with some toys now. Lots of options in this acre big free roaming habitat. And finally settling down. Tanya asked if this winter will be the pride's first winter. Well, they were here for part of winter. They did see quite a bit of snow. This winter was a pretty substantial one from what I've heard. And so this will be their first big winter. But from all the footage that I've seen, they really like the snow. Is that true, Judson? Did they enjoy the snow?
Absolutely accurate. I was always impressed by the lack of shoveling that had to take place in the Ukraine Pride's habitat, because they were little snow plows and snow shovels in and of themselves. But no, they obviously didn't mind the snow at all. I think it was kind of one of those things where if anybody ever has a dog and they've seen their dog get in snow that is kind of deep, and that dog gets the zoomies, and that dog loves seeing that snow going flying by him. I would equate it to a lot of that. They like the deep powder, and when they got in it, they would go.
I love seeing those videos. I love seeing those videos on our social media pages of them in the snow, and I'm excited to see it in person this year. A lot of people are saying that there needs to be a roll-off between Indy and Prada, and it's true. It's true. I think that they are the professional rollers here at the sanctuary.
Roll off.
We might have to take you up on that idea. And just like Indy, Prada also likes to do landscaping. I often see her pulling up grass, just like Indy does. Indy loves her grass. Prada might give her a run for her money, though. All settling down now together as a pride. Taras out here in the front, the girls all facing each other over a watermelon. Let's see. It's good to see so many of you on this live, helping us celebrate the lion's first birthday and World Lion Day. Hello everyone. I think this has been pretty good birthday party. We've used I think all the ice cubes have been touched. All the watermelons have been rolled around. I'm seeing like significant gash marks in the watermelon up front here. Crazy kids. It is World Lion Day today. We have 11 lions here at the sanctuary, including Lesya, Lesya. We thought we'd group her into that mix.
Yeah, every lion counts here at the Wildcat
Every
Sanctuary.
lion
even
counts.
Even Lesya.
Yes.
Oh, who's this?
Hi.
Who's
Hi. This is Stefania. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. I'm still learning. Judson did give me a hack, though, the other day as far as the top of their heads, how they're shaped. Hi.
Oh.
What do you smell? It might not be helpful in this context, though. I feel like seeing her next to Stefania is more helpful. Or Lesya, excuse me. Hi, pretty girl.
That's just my camera, pretty lady.
You checking it out?
Yeah, that's just my camera.
Pretty girl.
Wow.
Enrichment right here. Checking out the camera.
And though I love you, Miss Stefania, this thing is mine. Yeah, it doesn't belong to a lion. She says, okay, I got watermelons, I got ice cubes.
Finally checking out the paparazzi. She's checking you out. She's making sure she wants you here. Hey, pretty girl. And lots of people are asking how you say her name. Stefania, and it honestly comes down to preference, correct?
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato. Yep.
I think that I went straight to the source. I mimicked what Dr. Andrew Kushner would pronounce their names. He was one of the people who named the cubs, and so I follow his lead. He's a Stefania. Sometimes Tammy lets Stefania slip, but at the end of the day, I think it's, do you say caramel or caramel? Do you say bagel or bagel? We'll boil it down to one of those circumstances.
Yeah, I might change here. Who knows? But no way is the wrong way.
That's correct.
Pretty girl.
Pretty lady.
And Lesya, Taras, and Prada, I feel like are pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Correct? Yes.
Yes.
Still learning.
Taras has, it does
have a little bit of an emphasis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a little bit kind of a tongue roll too, if you were to pronounce it accurately in Western Europe. Isn't that right, pretty lady?
You're getting lots of comments. People are wishing you happy birthday. You and your sibs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how they've kind of breached the exterior of the watermelon. So now
yes. They are now into the meat of it.
They have some kind of watermelon sorbet. It was frozen, so it definitely gives them something cool to lick on there.
People ask if they eat the watermelon. I think it's more so for the enjoyment of the activity, not so much the taste of the watermelon. Obviously, they are carnivores. They get a completely meat diet, but things like watermelons do make for good enrichment.
Yeah, and not to get too graphic, but there's plenty of times where caretakers have been in a cat like Dash's yard, and there might be a little watermelon rind in his poop, but Dash is no worse for the wear. It just passes right through his digestive system.
Yes, many of the big cats do enjoy these watermelons. Some of the littler cats will enjoy frozen carrots, cucumbers, lots of different apples even. Lots of different enrichment.
Exactly. It's not their diet, enrichment.
Exactly. And we do try to give our cats enrichment every single day, different things every single day, in addition to their many toys and habitat features. And that's just one of the ways that we ensure that they're having specialized care here at their Wild at Heart Life.
Oh, lions.
Bree said this crowd can handle poop talk.
Oh,
well,
I like it. Like my type of people.
Yeah. We did have a TikTok that Judson made at one point, and it got a content censor on it for talking about poop. Glad this crowd can take it. It is the realities of being at a cat sanctuary.
I think that's that's like an animal owning, animal lover, animal owner passport. If you are not shy about talking poop,
yes,
you
exactly.
You are officially a bona fide animal lover, animal owner.
Nancy says, seeing them chill out together like this makes my heart happy. Yes, we've certainly had a journey here today for this lion party. They came out full force. You can go to part 1. Our first part did drop connection, but it'll be on our Facebook. So go to part 1 to see them right at the start. And now we're just lazing around. Prada rolling around with that watermelon.
I like how you used the phrase full force, Olivia, because we're at about a quarter force, as you can tell.
Yes.
Prada's like,
yeah. very a fraction of the effort
Yeah.
right now.
We're at quarter force.
Yes.
She says, I'll show you full force here. Give me 1 second.
Exactly. And if you can tell, those claws are being used. That's not just a flat paw there.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's incredible.
She's using those paws. And you can see the muscles even in her toes. It's not just her arm. It's pretty amazing to see. People are talking about Shanti a lot in here, and it's true. We've kind of been talking in the last couple of lives with the Lion Pride that Prada in some ways is starting to remind us of Shanti, or at least do similar behaviors such as walking along the wall. But Shanti has certainly left a legacy here on the sanctuary, and in this part of the sanctuary too. This is where she lived in Pride Prairie. And now we have young lions to follow her lead.
Yeah, I like that. Thinking about Shanti, and especially on a day like World Lion Day, think of Shanti's Pride, Aslan and Asha.
Yes.
Think of Wally and Marlene.
Yes, all the lions that came before.
Of course, the one and only lion Chipino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice to see. You know, it's far from replacing those cats, but it's nice to see, rescues that have come after them kind of follow in those same footsteps and get to, enjoy the same type of things that those other cats did. Like, for example, I took a wonderful photo of Taras the other day up on his cave while having a picture of Chipino in the exact same place on the cave. And just seeing that kind of parallel and there's something that's kind of beautiful about it to me. I really like appreciating.
Yes, and with so many of our followers being longtime followers, we know that you've loved these cats just as much as we have too, and you've been here over the years. If you're a new follower, I definitely encourage you to go to our website. We do have an in memorial page, but also on our social media, you can search up these names and find old videos. These are definitely fixtures in TWS history. We love these cats. Many of our followers have too. And it's special to see the kind of new generation, really.
Yeah.
Pretty girl, pretty Prada.
Pretty low key, Miss Prada.
I know, it looks like we're winding down here.
Yeah.
It's been a successful party.
And I love too, I love how we always kind of making parallels and just how, endowed with the wild genetics these cats are, being full wildcats, is look how smart they are about finding the shade. Mm-hmm. There's obviously plenty of shade in the habitat, but bam, Prada's got herself in the shade. The other three are in a patch of shade, and that to me, it's just always so cool. They know exactly where to be. That's going to be the best decision for them at that time.
Yeah, those instincts are strong in every way, and you can really see it, especially in a place like this with this free roaming habitat, seeing them act on those instincts, and especially with this group being with each other, kind of how a normal lion pride might act in the wild. It's neat to see all those things surface, even here in captivity.
Oh, Prada.
Prada, you're cracking me up.
Yes, you are, sister.
She's having the best time. I'm glad you could enjoy this party, Prada.
Yeah, we're all having fun here.
And the three siblings over here in the back. Well, I think that this has been a very successful live today. I'm so glad that you all could join us for this birthday bash. Once again, if you're just now joining, make sure you go back and look. There's been lots of fun on this live today. Lots of running around and zoomies and boisterousness. Zoom. And we appreciate all your support as usual. And make sure you like and share this live too. That's always so helpful to us and the cats. And we really appreciate you being here. So, on that note, I think we'll sign off. Make sure you go check out our auction too. We have lots of unique items and items unique to this pride here. So if you love them just as much as we do, you might want to check out those items that are special to these specific cats. All right, everyone. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you tomorrow, everyone.